Hello, welcome back to LK Tuition. My name's Lucas and today we're going to be looking at drawing straight line graphs. Hope you're doing well and let's get started. Okay, so first of all, let's quickly revise the equation of a straight line. So any straight line can be written in the form y equals mx plus c, where m is a number and c is a number. And m tells you about the gradient of the line, so that's basically how steep it is it flat, is it going up, is it going down, and c is the y-intercept, which is where the line crosses the y-axis. Now the gradient tells you a lot about what it looks like. If the gradient's positive, it's going to be going upwards. I hope it's not mirrored the thing on the video, and the higher the gradient, the steeper it's going to be. If it's negative, it's going to be going downwards. Yeah, so, and again, the more negative it is, so if it's minus 1,000, it'd be very, very steep. And a gradient of 0 is just going to be a flat line. Okay, so you'll often get a lot of questions like this. We're just going to do loads of examples today. I think there's a high-speed cop chase going on outside. So you'll be given an equation. You want to fill in a table of values, plot them on the graph, and join them up to do a line graph. So it says complete the table of values for y equals 2x plus 1. Now, we could stick in a number for x and then find out what y ends up being. So for example, with the one they've already done, so here we've got 0. If you put 0 into this, well, 2 times 0 would be 0. And then add 1 would equal 1. So that gives you the 1 here. And you could do that for all of these numbers. But the joy of a straight line graph is that once you have it in this form, y equals mx plus c, this gradient tells you for every 1 you go up in x, that's how much you go up in y. So I know that in this table, because we've got 2 in front of the x, it's going to go up in 2's. So actually, because I know that this is 1, I can just keep adding 2 to fill in the graph. So this is going to be 3, this is going to be 5, and this is going to be 7. And if I go the other way, minus 1, I take away 2, that would be minus 3. Okay, so that's a little trick that can save you time in the exam. You can plug these numbers in, but an easier way, if it's in this format, and this only works with line graphs, but you can add or go up or down in the same number each time. Okay, so let's draw the graph. So let's just plot these points. So we've got minus 2, minus 3 is there. We've got minus 1 and minus 1. We've got 0 and 1. We've got 1 and 3. We've got 2 and 5. And we've got 3 and 7. And then all you do is get a ruler. I can't do that on here, so I'm going to do my best straight line impression. That's not bad. But with a ruler, you want to just join them all up like that. And the other little trick I'll tell you is actually, because it's a straight line, to get this, you would only actually need 2 points. So even if I just had, for instance, that point and that point, if I got a ruler and joined them up and just kept going, I would get the same straight line. So that's another little thing that can save you time in the exam. Okay, so let's have a look at another question. Just feel free to pause the video and have a go yourself. Otherwise, we shall do them together. Okay, so complete the table of values for y equals minus 2x plus 11. Well, the gradient's minus 2, so it's going to be going down 2 every time. And you can see that here, can't you? You've got 7, 5, so the next one would be 3, and then 1. And if we're going the other way from 7, that would be 9, and that would be 11. And on the grid, we want to draw y equals minus 2x plus 11 for values of x from 0 to 5. So again, we'll just stick these numbers in. So we've got 0 and 11, 1 and 9, and I could stop there. Yeah, so if I join up, this is going to be not very good, but with a ruler, you join them up and keep going, for example. And then just to show it, if we look at the other points, they should be on this line. Obviously, it won't be perfect because I've not used a ruler, but we've got 2 and 7. Well, that's that point there, so that's good. 3 and 5 is there. 4 and 3 is there. So it's not a bad effort. Okay. All right, next one. So draw the graph of y equals 4x minus 5 for values of x between minus 2 and 2. Okay, so there's a few things going on here. I know my big head's in the way of the part of the graph. Now, one thing is they've not given you a table. And the other thing is that they've not written the values going on the y-axis or the x-axis, so we're going to draw them in. So let's just do our table first. So we want values of x between -2 and 2. So let's just draw a little table. So x and y, and we want -2. Let's just go up in ones, that's not too bad. Okay, let's start putting these numbers in. Now the easiest one to try first is 0. So we'll put in 0, because when you put 0 into this, that's just going to disappear and you're going to be left with -5. And then from that, because we know the gradient's 4, we can just go up in 4. So that's going to be -1, that's going to be 3, and then going the other way, -9 and -13. Okay, so now we want to draw this. So we've got x going from -2 to 1. So our x-axis should be pretty central. So let's just make this, the y-axis should be pretty central, sorry. So this is my y. Again, I'm not using a ruler. And then y goes from -13 to 3. So maybe I'll pop my x-axis up here. So it's more minus than plus. Okay, so we go up to -13 then. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go up in 2s then. So if that's 0, we'll let that be -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12, -14, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Might as well fill it out now I've done it. -20, -22. Great, and then x is going from minus, so if that's 0, let's just make that -1, -2, 1, and 2. Okay, so this is a bit of a messy graph. I do apologise, but I hope you get the idea. Then we just plot these points. So we've got 0 and -5, which would be about there. We've got 1 and -1, which would be about there. And again, you can just get your ruler, join them up and keep going, and that should be your straight line. Okay, let's do another question. Okay, so now we want to draw the graph of x plus y is 5. Now the difference with this one is that this is not written in the form that we like. We want y to equal something x plus c. But we can easily rearrange this because we want y on its own. We want to get rid of this x. So why don't we just take away x from both sides? And you're going to be left with y equals, well, we're taking away x, so -x plus 5. And again, you can draw a little table if you want. So x and y. Now looking at the graph, it looks like x is going from -1 to 3. So let's do that. -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Again, the easiest number to put in is 0. And if I put 0 into this, then it just leaves me with 5. And because we know it's -1x, it's going to go down 1 every time. And that would be 6. Okay, and again, we can just join up our points. So we've got 0 and 5. We've got -1 and 6. And well, let's just plot them all this time. We've got 1 and 4, 2 and 3, and 3 and 2. Great. And then we just want to join up all these points, keep it going. Imagine that's a lot better than it is. And then we'll be all right. Okay, all right, let's do one final question then. So part A says draw the graph of x equals 3. And let's just do that to start with. So where is x3? Well, this is the x-axis along the bottom, and this is 3 here. So the line x equals 3 is going to be this straight line. I say straight line, going up. Because it doesn't matter what y is, x is always 3. So that is x equals 3. Then it says, for part B, draw the graph of y equals 1. Well, this is the y-axis, this is 1. So the line y equals 1 is that one. Okay, and that's because it doesn't matter what x is, wherever you go along the x-axis, y is always 1. And then part C says write down the coordinates where the two lines meet. Well, that's going to be here And that's just going to be x is 3 and y is 1. So that is 3 and 1. And that's the answer. Okay, so a bit of a different one towards the end. Hope you found this useful. This has been LK Tuition, and I'll see you soon for some more maths videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe.